Yo, what's good with it, Pack family? This your boy, Mrcheckmyresume. I'm here to bring you my watch list for the week of July 18th. It's gonna be a banger. We're looking real bullish on the week, so we got a lot of setups to get through. I do have some swings as well as some day trade opportunities for tomorrow. So let's get right into it. Let's waste no more time. First ticker I got on my list here is Amazon, AMZN. As you all know, we wrecked this one on Friday, tore it up for 0-day trades over 400, 500% trades by members in the group. Very, very excellent and good execution by the members of the Alpha Pack. So that was a very, very good sight to see. And so what we're looking at on Amazon is a 122 on the week above 115.99. So you can might as well say $116 flat. And so we're looking to take this one up to about the 120 range if you want to be conservative in terms of underlying estimate. And that'll be pretty much what I target out of this trade for Amazon. I'm looking at this to kind of correlate with the move on SPY and futures. And so once I feel as though we're just going to get this short-term move to the upside and then get rejected back down for a larger move back to the downside. And so I'm not really expecting too ambitious of a move to the upside. So Amazon looking at 120 as a level for exiting that. Next one, eBay. First off on eBay here, looking at the two down hammer on the week. So we're setting up for this 122 above $43.96. Looks like a clean setup here. Looks like we can take this one back to the $46 range conservatively, maybe push it up to 47. So it looks like a straightforward move here, maybe about a 5% move on the underlying, maybe a little over. So looks solid. Looks like an opportunity we could take advantage of if Amazon does indeed go as we expect. I could see eBay doing a similar move to the upside. Next one here is LVS, Las Vegas Sands. Again, Las Vegas is not pre-pandemic levels, but as I said on the watch list call, buying is present. So we are getting bullish activity with these Vegas stocks. So not only LVS, but you've got Win as well as MGM that are also looking very strong. But back to LVS, we're looking at a 122 on the week above $35.26. If we do get this trigger to break at that level, we do have an opportunity to take this one back to the $38 range. We've got point of control at $38.42, but we do have a weekly magnitude broadening formation at around 37.60. So that'll be your area where you've got to make a decision, because I feel like you may get a little turbulence right there. Moving on. Next one here is Starbucks. SBUX is the ticker. A couple things on Starbucks I want to break down. We've got a two down hammer on the week. Looking to take this entry above $80.21. And we're looking to take this one potentially up to this $83, $84 range as a target on Starbucks if you want to think conservatively. Also, we do have potential to take this one back on a reversal to this $90 range overall if you're looking at a swing opportunity, because we do have this 212 here on the month setting up above $81.30. So you've got the week trigger and then you've got the month trigger, and so we've got opportunity for this one to kind of make a move, but we'll need to get through some broadening formations to do that. So first things first, 2-2 rev on the week. Let's see if we can get through this $83, $84 level. All right. Next one here is MGM. Again, just touching on Vegas. Again, I'll be real brief with this one. Similar to LVS, we've had some short-term movement to the upside here. Now we're looking at the week to possibly reverse and push up. But again, we're not looking too ambitious. We're looking to possibly take this one around the $32 range on this MGM. Not anything too significant, but that underlying movement is pretty significant actually. So you're looking at 7-8% move. So that's what we're looking at there on MGM. Just for this pop to the upside. So it's nothing crazy. We just need the triggers to hit and us to sustain the bullish movement, and we should be fine. All right, next one I have on my list is Wynn, WYNN. So on Wynn, we have a double inside day break on Wynn on Friday, move to the upside, which is very bullish. We still are inside on the month and inside on the quarter. However, we are at the bottom of a broadening formation on Wynn, and so I'm looking for this thing to kind of show strength as its counterparts have been doing, and potentially break this 122 to the upside above $55.74. And I'm looking for a target around the $61 range as an exit for that. We're not looking at anything too ambitious in terms of these moves. So if some news comes or something significant in that way happens, then sure. But as far as the trade, we're looking at it from a technical standpoint, and $61 is like the place that we need to be targeted to potentially exit. So that'll cover the discretionary stocks. Next one here I want to talk about is information technology and technology stocks. They have had a couple good weeks. And so I know people are excited about that. They've been able to play their favorite tech stocks and enjoy that, because I know they haven't had much fun with that all year. So first off here on Nvidia, NVDA is the ticker. I'm looking for a 212 on the week above 157.82. Also, just some fundamental news. We do have the infrastructure, the chip infrastructure bill that's going to be voted on tomorrow. It's probably reasonable to assume that it will be passed. And so if that happens, then that will signal and allow funding for Congress to authorize for the development and construction of a chip industry or infrastructure, or the creation of one here in America, so that we can reduce our reliance upon Chinese and Taiwanese chips. And so obviously the answer won't be taken care of in 1 week, but this is a big major shift. So just Nvidia is one of those that looks like it's been lagging behind the other chips. So it is one that still has an entry available, whereas some of the others are already in force. We should expect Intel and other companies like that to continue to push up. But if you go through the chip sector, semiconductors, they all are giving you bullish bullish signals. Also QCOM and things like that. So across the board. So Nvidia. And then also, just an added note, Paul Pelosi made 2 very large purchases of Nvidia at the end of June expiration, around the 17th. So he bought a few million shares of Nvidia around that time. So or a few million in shares, I should say. And so I think things are lining up. But if you don't remember last week during in the Discord, I had mentioned they ran up semiconductors the last hour of the day. I don't remember if it was Wednesday or Thursday, but it triggered for ON. It triggered so fast, there was no time to actually get in the trade before the bell rang. And I was just thinking, they're just trying to hide something as it relates to semiconductors. And so, they may try to throw money into multiple tickers to kind of take you off the trail of which one they're really trying to pump up. So, but anyway, the rest of the sector pretty much is in force, but we got Nvidia with the lagging that has a very nice trigger. So we'll be looking intently on that Nvidia. That's a big one. Next one on the list, and Nvidia, that's a good opportunity. You may be able to get a day trade out of it. Similar deal with QCOM, also kind of sticking to the chip theme. QCOM, a couple things here on QCOM. First off, we got a 4-hour setup on this one. I'll pull that up for you, but we've got a 4-hour setup above 145.48, and then we've also got the rail strat set up on the month over here, looking at a what's this 2-2 rev on the month. Our level for entry would be above 146.25. So you've got both long and well, you got long entries, shorter term and longer term, but those both tickers, QCOM as well as Nvidia, both have day trade potential or short-term move potential. All right, moving on. Next one I want to talk about here is Visa. And Visa is mainly for a day trade for tomorrow. We are already in long contracts on Visa. I'm in August 220s. I alerted those last week. But Visa right now, I'm looking at for a potential day trade tomorrow. You could potentially take up. So looking at it, 212 on the 4-hour above 210.23. And just very straight to the point, you could take it back to the first magnitude, the first pivot here to the left, which would be totally sufficient. And so definitely looking at Visa as another one to have continuation tomorrow. And then just one more in the chips. Just want to point out MU also has another very strong looking bullish setup for tomorrow. Combined with all the news that we've seen, this could be a good one to move. But we do see this BF here around 62.30, so be mindful of that. But we've got an entry on the 4-hour on MU that'll give us a 212 above 61.61. And so be mindful for that. That is a day trade setup that I'm looking at for tomorrow as well. So Visa, MU are day trade setups. You can throw in QCOM and Nvidia as well. All those tech sector plays have potential to be really good day trade opportunities. So you just got to find either they have an entry or you need to find one intraday. So moving out of tech, moving into communications, let's get into Verizon. So Verizon, very strong day on Friday, hammered out. We're still inside on the month and inside on the quarter, but looks like we had a TTO here on the week. So we're looking at a 2-2 rev above $51.36 on Verizon. Looks good for a swing here. We could probably take this one back up to the 52.25 level or somewhere around there. So looking at Verizon for a nice little quick move to the upside. Next one here I want to look at is Twitter. And Twitter, with all their Elon and everything that's going on there, they don't know if they coming or going. But we got failed 2 down on the month. we did have a very strong hammer on the week last week, 2 down hammer. So we are looking for this thing to turn over and give us a flip back to the upside above $37.77. And I'll be looking to take this one up to about the $41 range on Twitter. Just keep it rolling. Very straightforward on Twitter. I'm bullish, but not super bullish. Next one here, this is one I am really strongly bullish about, and that's Netflix. Netflix here is a very good company, but also the technicals look solid for it to kind of potentially give us this short move up. I mean, that's what we're getting. We're getting a lot of opportunities for short moves to the upside. Nothing that's going to give you a lot of confidence to take things too far to the upside or get too ambitious in what you're trying to play. So that's the thing. So right here, we're looking at Netflix at a 122 on the week above 189.22. And if we get that trigger, I am looking for this thing to push up to about this 220 level. I think that is definitely doable. And also it's earnings week for Netflix. So again, we may get this push to the top of this range and get rejected there, but I definitely can see Netflix moving up this week. And I feel actually pretty strongly that it will. So moving out of communications, moving into healthcare. Healthcare has been very strong recently. We've had, a couple of weeks where it's pulled down and stuff like that, but overall the sector has been pretty strong. So First off, looking at J&J, and I also want to point out that we've got earnings. I think it's tomorrow morning. So we've got earnings tomorrow morning. We've got a 2-2 rev potentially above 179.02. And I just think that we are going to push up tomorrow. Earnings should be pretty good for them. And yeah, I don't see anything to the contrary about this one. This one should push up, so keep your eye on J&J, and you may be able to get a day trade opportunity off of this trigger. So even if you don't take it off the trigger, look for an intraday setup. But I like the way J&J sets up, may be good for a day trade. Next one I always talk about is ABBV, ABBV. Looking at ABBV to continue tomorrow. We are looking at a couple things here. First off is the 2-2 rev, this 2-down hammer on the week. Looking for a rev straddle on the week above 154.57. We should be looking to take this one back up to about the 160 range there, or a target around 160 on that one. Obviously, I'll give you more specifics in the Discord. And then also we're still inside on the month and the quarter. So again, you know how we feel about insides. But it looks to me like we're TTOing back to the upside on this healthcare stock, and this is one of my favorites. Is actually ABBV. So I really like this ticker. Moving on, let's keep going. Next one here is Bristol Myers, BMY. So looking at Bristol Myers again, looks like we had a TTO on the healthcare sector. And so now we're revving back up. So we got a 2-2 rev on the week above $75.99. So you might as well say 76 flat. And I'm looking to really push this one up to its next broadening formation level around 79.13. But we do have levels around $82 or above $82 that I could see it possibly getting to. And so again, just the sector has been strong in BMY. We just had a couple TTOs. And so I feel this one's going to continue up just like the rest of the sector has been. So actually we took AZN last week. After a couple gap downs, it's still ended the week green. So, you know, when the buyers want it, they want it. They don't care what it's doing. So moving on real quick, I'm going to talk about one energy stock, and that's Oxy. Just wanted to point out that energy stocks are sitting on the top of a major broadening formation level, and they're setting up to potentially bounce. So I could potentially see maybe after the market, you know, does its thing and continues its bullish move and then gets rejected, does energy push up? But energy is setting up for it to go up, and buyers have not been letting this ticker in particular go down below this $55 level. And if it does, it's only slightly for a moment. So that's one you want to be mindful of, and that's Oxy. Another one is Psx Phillips 66. Again, pulled down after the June 17 expiration. Looks like we're stabilizing now, and we'll be potentially pushing up for a rev back to the upside. So that's what we'll be anticipating on those. So we've got the 2-2 rev there above 82.18 on PSX, and we're looking to take this one around $87, which is not a bad move. So again, we're looking at this, you know, from a standpoint of we want to take advantage of the short-term volatility, not try to, you know, be too ambitious and say, hey, this is going to change the trend or reverse the sector or whatever. You know, no, that's not what we're saying. We're just taking advantage of the opportunities. So next one here is SO, utility sector. One of my favorites. We've been playing this one for, I don't know, man. Sheesh. Oh man, over a year now. I mean, 18 months. We've been playing SO faithfully. Shout out to that boy Jones. He been riding with me ever since, you know, ever since we was playing SO back in the day. People was like, "What's that?" So shout out that boy Jones. Shout out that boy Sin. Sin's been on it. I think he done fell in love with it too. But anyway, this SO looking very good. We got a double inside week here. Hammer break above 72.53. I like the magnitude and the direction it could possibly go and go challenge this $75, $76 range. You do have a pivot of 75.97 that correlates with these broad formations here. So it could push up through the first one, maybe make it to the second or third one, but that's the area where I start to see a little turbulence, and I'll be looking to exit. So SO looks fire, looks setting up, and we're in seasonality. So we got, this is pretty much the last quarter that you'll have of seasonality with the energy, with utilities. So this could be the last push on this one. So I like that SO though. Looks very nice. One of my favorite tickers to play. Next one here is Spirit Airlines, and that's Save. Looking at Save here. Just continue from what we were thinking last week with Love and Southwest Airlines. We called those out, or I called those out, and they hit. They had a very strong week, as well as some of the other airlines. I know some of the bros were talking about looking at jets and some of the tickers to play within that. So same deal here with Spirit. Looks like this one is the laggard. It's been lagging. So we're looking to see this thing push up above this inside week at a level above $25 flat. And I would say we have broad information levels that could, and I don't want to go off that macro just yet. So let's do this. See, I'll draw it live right now. So yeah, actually, we've got a lot of room that, hold on. Okay, that's better. There we go. Yeah, so we're gonna go back and retest the broad information that was rejected on last week at about 25.16, and at that retest, the idea is that it's gonna push through and push up into this range to eventually get to about this 29.57 level, $30 level, and that will be ultimately the top of this bottom of this quarterly BF range right here. So this is where the bounce originally occurred. This is the top of that range here, around 30 bucks. So that'd be my overall idea for that. And yeah, so that's what I'm thinking here on Save Spirit Airlines. And that will conclude my watch list for the week. And with that, I'm gonna drop these in the Discord. Please feel free to ask me questions. Be sure to like and subscribe, man. Show your boy some love, man. I don't be on those socials like that, but I love our YouTube family. So y'all like and subscribe, man, so y'all can get all the alerts. And we gonna smack, man. Y'all asked for some day trade setup, so we brought them to y'all. So with that, family, y'all have a good rest of y'all Sunday, man. I'll catch y'all in the Discord. Peace.